The figure of the hero has always fascinated humanity. From Greek myths to contemporary superheroes, the archetype of the hero permeates our culture and collective unconscious. Batman, the Dark Knight, is one of these modern figures that resonates deeply with the human psyche. But what makes his story so compelling? Unlike heroes such as Superman or Wonder Woman, Batman lacks divine powers. His strength lies in his humanity and, paradoxically, in his pain. Through the loss of his parents and his confrontation with his shadow, Bruce Wayne embarks on his heroic journey. This cycle of fall, facing inner darkness, and rebirth is the essence of the hero archetype described by Carl Jung. In this video, we'll explore how the Dark Knight embodies the hero archetype through the lens of analytical psychology. We'll examine how his journey mirrors our own search for meaning, integration of the shadow, and path toward individuation. After all, we are all, in a way, the heroes of our internal stories. The central question is, what can we learn from Batman about confronting our darkness and finding the light within? According to Carl Jung, the hero archetype is one of the primordial images of the collective unconscious, a behavioral model that transcends time and culture. This archetype symbolizes the individual's struggle to overcome challenges, integrate repressed aspects of their psyche, and achieve a higher level of consciousness. In Jung's work, the hero is not merely someone who triumphs over an external enemy. They also face the forces of the unconscious, fears, traumas, and shadow aspects. This inner journey is what distinguishes the hero from a mere warrior. Batman, as the Dark Knight, is a fascinating example of this dynamic. Bruce Wayne begins his journey with the traumatic loss, the murder of his parents. This event not only shapes his life, but also creates a chasm in his psyche. In Jungian terms, this initial wound is the call to his heroic journey. Bruce's shadow, represented by his anger, pain, and thirst for justice, becomes a crucial element in his transformation. By becoming Batman, Bruce doesn't deny his shadow, he harnesses it as a driving force. The black costume, the choice of a symbol that instills fear, these all point to his connection with the darker aspects of his psyche. Here, we see what Jung describes as the integration of the shadow, the recognition that our repressed parts can be transformed into creative and constructive power. However, the hero's journey doesn't end with confronting the shadow. For Jung, the ultimate goal is individuation, the process of becoming whole, recognizing and harmonizing all aspects of the self. In his constant struggle to balance Bruce Wayne and Batman, the Dark Knight embodies this quest. He's not just a vigilante, he's someone striving to reconcile his humanity with the demands of his role as a hero. With Batman, from a Jungian perspective, we see a hero who doesn't just battle crime, but also his own darkness. This internal struggle is what makes his journey so universally compelling. Batman's story offers powerful examples of how the hero archetype manifests in practice. One of its central elements is the confrontation with the shadow, a process Carl Jung described as essential for psychological development. In Batman, the shadow is not merely an internal concept but materializes in the villains he faces, each representing repressed facets of his own psyche. Take the Joker, for instance. In many interpretations, he is the absolute opposite of Batman. While Bruce Wayne seeks order and control amid the chaos of his pain, the Joker embodies pure chaos, devoid of boundaries or morality. This symbiotic relationship reflects what Jung called the duality of the self. The Joker forces Batman to question his own rigidity and confront the temptation to cross ethical boundaries. Another example is Harvey Dent, Two-Face. Before his transformation, Dent symbolizes pure justice, embodying what Bruce Wayne aspires to be. However, when Dent succumbs to chance and vengeance, he becomes a grim reminder of how pain and anger can distort even the noblest ideals. For Batman, Dent represents the danger of being consumed by his own shadow. These confrontations have parallels in our lives. Who hasn't faced their inner Joker, that voice challenging our rules, stirring chaos? Or their Two-Face, a reminder of our vulnerability to emotional imbalance during crises. Like Batman, we are called to recognize these internal forces, integrate them, and prevent them from dominating our identity. A pivotal moment in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy illustrates this dynamic. In Batman Begins, Bruce Wayne must literally descend into the underground, the cave, a symbol of the unconscious, to uncover his true power. His choice to face his fears and transform them into strength exemplifies the Jungian hero who uses the shadow as an ally. In everyday life, this journey mirrors our internal struggles. Accepting our flaws, acknowledging the power of our emotional wounds, and transforming our fears into strength are steps toward individuation. The Dark Knight reminds us that a hero isn't someone who eliminates their shadow, but someone who learns to dance with it. Batman's journey as a hero archetype extends beyond confronting his personal shadow. It also ties into a larger context, connecting with the collective unconscious and Jung's universal archetypes. The collective unconscious consists of primordial images that shape our psyche, expressed through shared myths, dreams, and symbols. The hero, like Batman, is one of these universal figures. In Gotham, Batman assumes the role of a protector acting on behalf of a society engulfed in chaos. This narrative deeply resonates with the archetype of the savior or redeemer, a recurring theme across cultures. Bruce Wayne, with his dark armor and sometimes brutal methods, becomes a symbol of hope and sacrifice. He relinquishes his personal happiness to serve a greater purpose, embodying the hero who renounces himself for the common good. This dynamic is especially evident in the conclusion of The Dark Knight 2008, when Batman takes the blame for Harvey Dent's crimes to preserve Dent's image as a symbol of justice for Gotham. This choice encapsulates the archetype of the hero as a figure of redemption. He becomes the scapegoat, bearing the weight of the city's collective shadows so others can hold on to hope and order. Batman is not just a redemptive hero, he also embodies the archetype of the wanderer, one who seeks constant transformation. This quest, in Jungian terms, is the process of individuation in motion. Bruce Wayne's journey is marked by relentless challenges, both external and internal, that force him to confront his limits and adapt. He evolves from an impulsive, anger-driven young man into a conscious symbol of justice and balance. This evolution of the hero is something Jung believed to be essential for every individual. When we connect with these narratives, we activate parts of our psyche that resonate with growth and transformation. In our lives, this might manifest as the courage to face difficult situations, the search for purpose, or the willingness to sacrifice personal comfort for a greater good. Batman's role as a dark hero also reminds us that the path to enlightenment is often walked through shadows. It is by wrestling with our inner demons that we discover our true strength and eventually transcend our limitations. No tree can grow to heaven unless its roots reach down to hell. Carl Gustav Jung, The Dark Knight, is more than a superhero. He is a manifestation of the hero archetype in its most complex form, a symbol of how human beings can transform pain, fear, and darkness into strength, purpose, and light. Bruce Wayne, in becoming Batman, shows us that the true hero is not one who avoids the shadow, but one who confronts it, learns from it, and integrates it into their journey. Carl Jung believed that within each of us lies a hero waiting to be awakened. This hero is not flawless or fearless. Rather, they are forged through difficulties and shaped by the will to transcend personal limits. Like Batman, we are called to descend into our inner caves, face our deepest fears, and emerge as stronger, more conscious versions of ourselves. How can we apply this heroic journey in practice? 1. Recognize challenges as opportunities for growth. Our struggles are not meant to destroy us, but to invite us to grow. Just as the loss of his parents drives Bruce Wayne to become the Dark Knight, our wounds can be the starting point for transformation. 2. Explore and integrate the shadow. We often avoid parts of ourselves that we deem unacceptable, our anger, insecurities, or vulnerabilities. However, as Jung taught, we do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. Integrating the shadow doesn't mean succumbing to it, but using it as a source of creative strength and self-awareness. 3. Embrace sacrifice and purpose. Batman sacrifices his personal life to protect Gotham, embodying the idea that true meaning is found in serving something greater than ourselves. In our journey, this might mean letting go of comfort in pursuit of our dreams, relationships, or values. The Dark Knight, as a hero of the collective unconscious, reflects our own journeys. He reminds us that despite adversity, we can transform our darkness into light, find meaning in our pain, and emerge as the protagonist of our own stories. The call is there, waiting for you to answer. The journey won't be easy, but it is in the struggle that transformation lies. Be the hero that the world and you need.